Welcome to Crestron DMC-E. DM switchers, endpoints, and many I/O cards require valid Ethernet settings. They used IP-based communication to talk with the control system and one another. That can be a lot of devices that take up many IP addresses. A fully populated 16 by 16 is 57 devices. Private network mode solves this. Using private network mode, we only need to configure the DM switcher's LAN Ethernet settings. This single IP address that you need to set can be a static IP or a dynamic using DHCP. Configuration of all other connected DM devices is managed automatically. Digital media is Ethernet/IP based. Using private network mode, the devices on the network operate together as a single flat network. Switcher, its I/O cards, and its connected endpoints are all in the same IP subnet. This subnet is set by configuring the private network mode ID. Private network mode is enabled by default on supported devices, and it cannot be turned off on current devices. Private network mode handles all IP assignments for all DM devices you add to your digital media chassis. As previously mentioned, only the switcher itself needs a LAN IP address. Private network mode requires a system ID value. This is something you can set from the front panel or Crestron toolbox. The range is 1 through 64, 1 by default. Digital media switchers connected by DM require unique system IDs. In other words, if you are cascading DM switchers together, the private network mode ID must be unique between switchers. Using private network mode, you can cascade up to 64 switchers, including DMPS models. When you set the private network mode ID, the DM switcher creates a private 169.254.x.x network for all installed cards and connected endpoints. Private network devices are hidden from the LAN. LAN network traffic still flows through the DM system to the courtesy LAN ports on supported DM endpoints. This LAN traffic has a speed of 10/100 Mbps and is suited for basic IP communication. Here we see a diagram of how it all works. The green-colored network is the LAN traffic that is passing through the DM switcher. The red-colored network is the private network that is created. When you set a private network mode system ID, it sets the third octet of all of the red-colored IP addresses. This is all done automatically, and you do not need to configure each device manually. Since you cannot generally join the private network yourself, except in the case of large format DM switchers, you will need the main LAN IP address of the DM switcher and the port that it resides on. There are a few considerations for working with private network mode. Do not connect DM endpoints courtesy LAN back to the building network. This creates a problematic network loop. DM switchers and DMPSs require their own LAN connections if they need network access. They cannot share a single LAN connection if interconnected via DM. Here we see the steps outlined to update to private network mode. Note that unless this is an existing job site that has not been updated in multiple years, your firmware version will be much higher than what is shown. This procedure can also be found in Crestron OLH, as well as firmware release notes. Crestron Toolbox Text Console tool provides a useful command line interface, or CLI. The report DM console command returns a list of all installed cards and connected DM endpoints. This verifies that DM components are online with the switcher and not just physically connected. The dump DM IP config console command shows you all internal IP addresses and external IP port numbers. This will help you access specific DM endpoints or DM cards directly. Text console is not used on some newer products. Here we have an example of using Crestron Text Console to view the ports and slot numbers of each device. Thank you for watching.